Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to provide a 30-day gold and silver market update. Both gold and silver have been charging upwards the last several weeks, but not over the entire 30 days. In fact, we've seen some dips in both markets where there was great opportunity to pick up some metal at a cheaper price. But I'll outline those in the video coming up and kind of give you a heads up on how to pay attention and watch for those dips so you can take advantage of those opportunities when they arise again. Because even in bull markets like we're seeing right now, especially for gold, there's always pullbacks and there's always moments of opportunity where you can stack more metal for less if you're paying attention. So I'll give you a heads up on how to watch for that, and we're also going to talk about what customers are buying and what customers are saying at Minot Coin Bullion here in the coin shop, and get their ideas and sentiments on where they feel the markets are going to go. So we got a lot to unpack, a lot to talk about. I hope you stick around. So first we'll start by talking about the 30-day silver price. So I'll put up the chart here right now. Silver hit a low the last 30 days of about $26.65, a high of $31.26. So that's about a $4.50 swing. That's a pretty big window. You're talking, darn near 20%. Maybe closer to 16%. I didn't do the math ahead of time, sorry. But as I film this now, we're at about $29.45 for silver. So kind of somewhere in the middle in between the high and the low over the last 30 days. But as you can see by the chart, we're on the uptick right now. It's kind of bouncing back from hitting a low of that $26.65, and it's up almost $3 since then. So if you look at the chart, obviously the lower points on the chart, and I'll put some arrows here, those were great opportunities. And just because spot price gets lower doesn't always mean that it's a better opportunity to buy at a cheaper price, because oftentimes what happens if there's quick swings in metal to the negative, meaning prices go down, that has a direct impact on the premiums that wholesalers and retailers have to charge for the product. For example, I know my friend Silver Seeker has talked about this several times with me and on his channel, where you feel a lot better buying, like today you can buy a silver round for approximately $31 for easy math, with spot at about $29.50. So you're paying $1.50 premium. It feels a lot better buying that silver at $31 an ounce when spot's $29.50 than when silver's $25 an ounce and you have to pay a $6 premium. Landed cost, $31 is still the same, but the whole feeling you get paying that high a premium really sours a person. But sometimes there's moments when that happens. And as I said, when spot prices dip quickly, premiums usually react and raise, meaning you have to pay a higher price above spot price for your silver. Well, pointing to these spots on this chart, although there were small increases in premiums, it just happened one time. For me, I saw a 5-cent premium raise in my 1 ounce silver rounds. A couple other things have went up. 90% silver has raised a bit, but it just raised a little bit, and it's held steady since. It didn't continually go up. So what that tells me is when that bottomed out at around $26.65, that was actually a pretty good opportunity to pick up some silver, because even though you maybe had to pay 5, 10, 20 cents more per ounce in premium at that low price, that was pretty negligible because the spot price has rebounded quickly. And like I said, as I film this, it's almost $3 ahead of its 30-day low. So what are customers saying about silver? Well, more than any other metal, even per dollar, people are buying silver. Part of it is I think I get a lot of people in the shop and a lot of customers through my YouTube channel, and they listen to me. And they know I'm a silver guy first. Doesn't mean that you need to be, but a lot of people are buying silver first. One thing we always look at are the ratios, and this isn't a video about the ratios, so we're not going to talk about that much, but just the spread between the two metals cost-wise, silver seems like a much more attractive investment right now because of its relatively low price based on its all-time highs. And I'm not talking about the 1980s manipulated all-time high from the Hunt brothers. I'm talking more recently in 2011 when it hit almost $50 an ounce, April 30th of 2011. So, sitting at 29, almost 29.50 right now, that's only about 60% of its all-time high. Where, as I mentioned in the intro, gold keeps touching and pushing through all-time highs several times in the last 30 days. So because of that, for me, and I think a lot of the customers in the shop, just based on sales, must agree that silver's a better buy right now. But gold is selling well as well. I've had many people come in, and this always happens, as you start to hear it in the news, gold's at an all-time high in US dollars, and notice I said US dollars, and I touched on that in a previous video, which I'll actually put a link in the video description here, where I talk about gold hitting all-time highs last week. Well, it's even higher now. But even though it's higher now, my recommendation is buy silver. But having said that, gold does get in the news when it starts hitting these all-time highs. News reporters cover the stories. It's going to be in articles. You're going to see videos and YouTubers talking about it like me. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right time to get in. So I just caution you, if you are getting into gold, go in with a plan. Hopefully it's well thought out. Don't give in to the hype. Don't think you need to buy in right now just because it's hot. Having said that, gold could continue to go up, and I think it will. But as you're going to see by this next chart, and I'll put the gold chart up, there is opportunities where it does pull back and you could buy it at a much cheaper price, meaning you can maximize the amount of gold for your dollars. And everybody wants to do that. Nobody wants to pay too much. So if you're going to buy gold, make sure that you're educated and you're comfortable paying the price you have to pay today. For a common US gold coin like a gold eagle or a gold buffalo, 1 ounce coin right now, you're going to pay about $105 in my shop, premium above gold price. So that puts it, based on current price of $2,505-ish or so while I film this, it's going to be $2,610 for an ounce of gold. That's the most I've ever charged for an ounce of gold. Well, that's because the spot price is the highest it's ever been. So having said that, a lot of customers are coming in to buy gold, not just first timers. Several are continually adding to their gold stack, which brings their average cost up a little bit, but they're continually adding to their stack. And I look at it no differently than I look at silver. I'm buying silver for my own personal stack, no matter what the spot price is, really. Of course, I'll increase my buying when I feel that there's good opportunity to get a good number of ounces for a cheaper price, whether it be because of a spot price decrease or a premium decrease. It's no different if you're into gold. Cost averaging. If you just continually buy, whether it's once a month, once every 3 months, just keep adding to that stack. I think in the long run, as long as you're playing the long game and you plan on holding it for a while, you're going to see some nice returns in either metal. So a lot to unpack there, but essentially most customers are buying silver. We had several large silver transactions today. Not 6-figure large, but 5-figure large. And I opened the shop. It's a Monday as I film this. I thought it was just going to be kind of a typical, kind of a slow Monday. I don't have a flash sale plan till later in this week. So I don't get, as busy, but boy, was I wrong. We sold a lot of metal today. So I think that's going to continue, folks. And as I alluded in the intro, with election season nearing us, boy, we're going to look at my watch here for the date. Yeah, we're about 2.5 months away from choosing the next leader of the free world. So hopefully the choice is clear and our election is free and fair. I say that with a smirk on my face because I think the days of free and fair elections probably don't exist. And I'm not just pointing blame on one side. I think there's cheating on both sides. So, but having said that, we'll have an answer real soon. And how that impacts the precious metals markets, boy, all bets are off, really. I can see a scenario where both gold and silver rise tremendously if a Republican is elected. I also see scenarios where gold and silver can drop, could have a healthy drop if a Republican is elected. I can say the exact same thing if a Democrat is elected. So I guess my whole point is there's going to be turmoil in the markets. It's really difficult to predict how metals are going to react depending on who gets in office. And until we know that answer and what direction our country is headed, the markets are going to be volatile. So if you're a weak hand, we will say, and you're a little nervous about the daily ups and downs, boy, you're going to have a hard time over these next 2.5 months because the markets are going to continue to be volatile. But if you don't have to sell, don't worry about the daily dips or the daily gains so much because it's only a profit or a loss on paper. You don't really lose it or gain it unless you sell. So don't get too worked up if you see little pullbacks in this market. And as I showed you on these charts, just in the last 30 days, gold traded in a $145 window. That's a big swing. You know, a lot of people can't stomach that, but it's really no different than the stock market, cryptocurrencies. I mean, there's been days Bitcoin has went up and down thousands of dollars per coin in a day. So as I said, don't get too upset or too ingrained in watching the charts every day, because you'll drive yourself crazy. But I do think it is important to pay attention, because as I alluded to earlier, there's going to be more opportunity for you to stack for a cheap, and I'm using air quotes here, cheap price in relation to how things are at that moment. So wait for those pullbacks if you're looking to buy. So what else? Well, why don't we talk real quick about some stuff we have on the tray here. You've been looking at it the whole time, so you've probably seen everything. Gosh, I don't know where to start. I've showed this before on my channel, but I still have like 30 of these in inventory. They move really slow, but it's a 1 ounce silver diamond. I like these pieces. I think they're really cool. They come in their own individual little pouch. I sell them for $3 over spot. I stock 3 different sizes of, can we say bullets and not get not get flagged on YouTube? I don't know. But I stock 3 different types of 1 ounce bullets, or I'm sorry, 3 types of bullets, a 1 ounce. This is a 2 ounce, and we do a 5 ounce shotgun shell. We still got some pieces from Bullion Bullion from their initial production run. I do have some pieces from Coin Huskers. This is a 2 ounce go away Fed bar. These are really cool. I like that they're not uniform in shape. I think that makes it cooler, in fact. But these are produced from Coin Huskers. Here's a 10 ounce go away Fed bar. Still got a bunch of these Korean coins in stock. You know, a good buddy of mine, Brandon, loves Korean coinage, or I shouldn't say coinage, but bullion. So I always make sure the newest Korean stuff I stock, and he usually ends up buying most of what I have on hand. So thanks, Brandon, you helped bail me out, because for whatever reason these don't sell very well, but they're a beautiful coin, beautiful artwork, little higher premium. These are $8 over spot, but that's just what South Korean stuff goes for. What else? This I've owned twice, actually. I had this in the shop about 6 months ago, sold it to a customer. They recently sold it back and worked out, and sold a couple other things too, and worked out a trade to add another gold buffalo to their stack. So if you're watching, you know who you are. But we have that available in the store again. The only trouble with this, I do not know the purity of this gold nugget. It's anywhere between 18 and 22 karat gold, and that does make quite a difference in value. So just know that if you do decide you want to buy this, you're buying it based on me not knowing the purity of the nugget. So, but it's still a really cool piece. What else? We got this Monarch Metals, looks like a Lego silver bar. This is a 10 ounce bar, very cool piece. And I won't pick everything up here. I mean, like I said, you've been looking at this the whole time. We've been talking about the gold and silver markets. So just to recap, markets are going to continue to be volatile. I would encourage you all to be patient, but be vigilant, because I think there's going to be more opportunity, because there will be some pullbacks, especially in gold. So if you are thinking about buying gold, pay attention, because like I said, there's going to be some dips in price where you're going to be able to buy it cheaper than you can buy it today. I truly believe that. And as far as silver is concerned, silver's on a similar ride. The charts looked quite a bit the same, where they started the month, well, except gold, because gold's higher than ever, but they both started the month high, or started the last 30 days high, dipped, and are rebounding now. So it's just gold is leading the charge. When that happens, silver does tend to be a follower, but many times over the long run, silver will outpace gold in gains. So it just takes a little longer usually for silver to pick up momentum. So for all your silver stackers out there, don't give up. I got to tell myself that every day too, because as I said many times, I'm a stacker first, I'm a coin shop owner second, but I do believe in the products I sell, and that's why I opened this business, to give other people opportunity to stack. So here, we're going to do this for the comments this time. I'm going to be doing a customer Q&A video coming up real soon, and I'll put out a community post as well. what kind of questions do you have from me that you want answered? I thought about doing a live stream, but maybe we will do something like that eventually. But what kind of questions in regards to coins, precious metal investing, coin shop operations, really anything related to what I do in this business, what do you want to know about? I'm happy to answer your questions. So if you want to drop your question down below, I'm not going to answer it in the comments section. Instead, I'll pick out, half a dozen, maybe 10 questions that I think people will appreciate knowing the answers to, and I'll do it in my next video. So if you want a question answered, drop it down below. And if you like the question that somebody types below, give it a like, because I'm really going to be choosing them based on the number of likes that each question gets. So the top like getters, I will answer those questions for you coming up. So buckle up, enjoy the ride. It's not going to be for the weak hand or the faint-hearted. Gold and silver are going to move around a lot, but I think overall it's a great place to have cash because it's going to pay dividends in the future. I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a great day.